The show at Zeitgeist right now is a series of pieces that were based on images that I discovered traveling across the Great Plains last summer. I've always wanted to go see that big sky and the big flat expanse of land, and I'd never had an opportunity to do that until this year. And the images really are focused more kind of on the sky and that aspect of kind of the moving weather that you can see from such a distance. It's something that I sort of have always wanted to experience, that really distant storm rolling through, and just the visual of that was really made a big impact on me when we were traveling through there. The other thing I like about that type of imagery is that it lends itself to abstraction. It lends itself to this sort of excuse to push paint around the canvas and really play with color and really play with the surface. I think it started out as a point of working from memory and working from this really intimate knowledge of a place, and then it's sort of transformed over the years into a more general experience, but still that looking for that connection with the landscape and looking for that connection with a place, and also just a universal experience of being in a landscape alone with just your own personal experience in that space. And how, regardless of the actual location, just how there's sort of an emotional experience that happens in a certain landscape. I feel like we're losing the connection to land in a lot of ways, and I mean, more and more of us are living in urban areas, and there's just this sort of disconnect between the place that sustains our life and where we live. I'm really interested in farming. I'm interested in people who grow food and people who feed us. And I mean, a lot of the earlier images did come from sort of an agricultural, that's where I grew up, in a very agricultural area, and I think a lot of those images sort of resonate with that type of landscape. I'm not trying to record a specific place really literally. I'm drawn to a place for reasons that are somewhat emotional or intuitive, and so I think that I want that experience to come through in the final image as well. I'm not trying to create a really perfect record, a photographic record. I mean, if you want a record of a place, you can take a photograph. I think that paint is an opportunity to do something more intuitive, more organic, tactile, something that has it's filtered through a human experience. So I think that paint just allows that opportunity that is still unique, and even though we have photography and to record and transcend, I think that paint has this unique way of doing that I really love. I love the act of painting. I love the quality of paint. I've always just loved that surface as well as the image. It was really fun to be given the opportunity to play a little and to almost sort of have the permission to explore a little new imagery.